Fairy tales. We all know them. Magical stories filled with princesses, talking animals, and happily ever afters. But what lurks beneath the surface of these whimsical narratives? Many beloved fairy tales originated centuries ago as cautionary tales, rife with violence, darkness, and social commentary. These stories, passed down through oral traditions, were far grittier, lacking the sanitized sheen of their modern counterparts. They served as warnings, teaching children about the very real dangers of the world around them. The villains were often representations of societal threats, wolves, witches, and even stepmothers, reflecting the precarious position of women in patriarchal societies. The heroes and heroines embodied virtues like obedience, kindness, and resilience, traits necessary for navigating a world fraught with danger. Let's start with Cinderella, a tale ingrained in our minds with glass slippers and fairy godmothers. Yet, the original Cinderella story, found in numerous cultures, is far more brutal. One such version, the sharp knife, involves our heroine, mistreated by her stepmother and stepsisters, seeking solace at her mother's grave. Here, she receives a magical tree, not unlike the fairy godmother, which grants her wishes. In some versions, the stepsisters, desperate to fit the magical slipper, mutilate their feet, only to be punished gruesomely by doves, their eyes pecked out. This gruesome punishment, absent from the Disney version, served as a stark warning against greed and deceit. Stories like Cinderella, though brutal, offered a glimmer of hope. They assured listeners that even in the darkest of times, goodness and virtue could triumph. Snow White, another classic, follows a similar trajectory from darkness to Disney. The brothers Grimm version presents a jealous queen, obsessed with beauty and threatened by Snow White's burgeoning womanhood. The queen, consumed by envy, orders a huntsman to kill Snow White and bring back her lungs and liver as proof. The huntsman, taking pity on Snow White, instead brings back the organs of a boar, which the queen unknowingly consumes. The poisoned apple, a symbol synonymous with the story, remains a constant. The tale doesn't end with a kiss and a happily ever after. Instead, the queen is forced to dance in red-hot iron shoes until she dies, a punishment that served as a brutal public spectacle. This gruesome end served as a deterrent against wickedness and a reminder of the potential consequences of unchecked ambition. Little Red Riding Hood, perhaps the most cautionary of them all, underwent significant transformation. The earliest known versions portray the wolf as a cunning predator, and the story serves as a stark warning against talking to strangers. Little Red Riding Hood, deceived by the wolf's disguise, is devoured, marking a grim end to the tale. This ending, devoid of rescue or redemption, served as a stark reminder of the dangers lurking in the world and the importance of heeding parental warnings. The introduction of the woodcutter or hunter, a Christ-like figure, brought a glimmer of hope, symbolizing the triumph of good over evil. The message remained clear. The world is a dangerous place, and children, especially young girls, must be wary of those who might seek to harm them. So, how did these dark and violent tales transform into the child-friendly versions we know today? The 19th century saw a shift in societal attitudes towards childhood. Children were no longer seen as miniature adults, but as innocent beings in need of protection and moral guidance. This shift led to the sanitization of fairy tales, with authors and publishers toning down the violence and emphasizing moral lessons. The brothers Grimm, though known for collecting and preserving German folklore, also played a role in this sanitization. Disney's films, while visually captivating and entertaining, stripped away much of the original darkness and ambiguity. They emphasized happy endings, romantic love, and clear-cut distinctions between good and evil, creating a world far removed from the complexities of the original tales. Despite their sanitization, these fairy tales still hold valuable lessons. They remind us of the importance of courage, kindness, and resilience in the face of adversity. While we may not face wolves or wicked stepmothers in our daily lives, the themes of these stories resonate across time and cultures. They offer a safe space to explore complex emotions and moral dilemmas, providing comfort and guidance in a world that can often feel overwhelming. By understanding the origins of these tales, we gain a deeper appreciation for their enduring power and relevance. The echoes of morality, woven into the fabric of these tales, continue to shape our understanding of the world.